this JV matchup between Virginia and Eveleth-Gilbert. My partner here, Eric Johns, will have your play-by-play call for this junior varsity matchup.
Can you hear me, Mike? Yeah, okay, there you go. Okay, we're going to take off now. It's controlled by Virginia. They're going to bring it in the Eveleth zone. It's passed out center. It's intercepted by Nemi, puts it back to the corner. It's picked up by Virginia behind the net. Let's see if we can get some numbers here. We got number 22 behind the net. And then on the far corner, it's going to be taken over by number 15 for Eveleth. That's going to be Jackson Motes. It's going to be taken out by Johnson. Johnson's going to bring it up. It's going to be thrown back in the zone by number 6 for Virginia. That's going to be Grant Huter. It's going to be picked up by number 16, Nick Kyander. Lost it. It's going to be back over to, back down. Picked up by Nemi. Nemi's going to, he tries to get it out. Doesn't get a shot on net by number 4. Gets a shot for Virginia. That's Dawson Rodenbush. He kind of picked the puck up in the middle of the high slot, was picked up, was thrown over, tried to get thrown out of the zone by Nemi. Nemi couldn't get enough stick on it, so it was intercepted, get a shot on net. 13:48 left of the first period, one shot apiece in the game so far.
Well, we're here for this rivalry matchup between Virginia and Eveleth-Gilbert here tonight. Junior varsity game here first. Little disappointed that we're not going to have a big crowd here tonight. Usually it's just packed, especially last season. Randy and I did the Eveleth-Virginia game here at the Hippodrome. They announced the new colors, the new name for the new Rockridge School. So this place, you could not find a seat. You didn't see any yellow or maroon at all. Every seat was taken here at the Hippodrome.
That's the kind of season it's been, absolutely. But plays controlled in behind the net by Virginia. Number 6 throws it out front. The puck's sold out. It was in the slot. It's kicked back out by a defenseman into the corner. It's going to be brought up along the boards by Eveleth. Number 9 is going to carry it out. Cooper Levander is going to bring it into the zone. He's met at the blue line. Does a shot and a goal. Scored by number 14, Jared Delich. And we're going to get an assist. Probably going to go to Cooper Levander. He's the one that shot it after got a rebound. Perfect place to be right there, right time. It's good to see that this Golden Bear JV team score some goals. They've had a struggle scoring goals. They've had plenty of opportunities. Their bench has been kind of short this year, and so I'm pretty positive that goal is going to be it's going to be credited to Delich with assist. It's going to go to Levander on that.
Yeah, that was a great rush there by the Golden Bears. Right away, Virginia had a couple opportunities to score first. And Griffin Doshin, the goaltender, number 1, came up big with both of the saves. I believe that's Doshin in net.
Number 1.
Or is it Jacobson?
Jacobson's in net.
Okay, Jacobson. He made a couple nice saves there. Then the Golden Bears went right down on that rush and scored to make it 1-0.
Levander's going to carry it across the zone blue line. It's going to be picked up by Virginia. They're going to break it back out. It's picked up by number 22. It's going to be Chase Peterson. He brings it in the zone. He dumps it off to number 27. The save's made by Jacobson. It's going to be carried back out by Eveleth. Levander's going to lose it. It's going to be Delich. He's going to go after it. Levander's got it. Comes across the red line. Poke check there. Picked up by number 22 for Virginia. Gets the shot. Just shoots the puck wide. Puck comes to weird. Carrying back out. And they shoot and they score. Off the back of the boards. The shot was taken by Peterson, number 22. And I'm not sure who's going to get the goal. We'll see who leads over there first. Well, I know Peterson ain't the one that's going to get the goal.
Well, I wasn't really looking at the net at the time there, but you said it kind of took a weird bounce off the boards.
It went straight off the back of the boards and right out to the front of the crease, and whoever was coming in on that side. So I know that 22 is one that taken the shot, Peterson.
Yeah.
I'm not sure who took it got the goal on that one.
Yeah, that's a huge goal there for Virginia, though. Within a minute, and they have another chance there. Within a minute of the Golden Bears scoring or so, Virginia comes right back and ties it up at 1 apiece. I think we're in for a very entertaining JV hockey game here, Eric.
It was, and that play all started with the defenseman. He broke the play up. They're going to bring it in. They shot and they score. Goal scored by Virginia, number 21. Now, number 21 for Virginia scoring that goal is going to be Landon Richter. Very nice shot. Again, Eveleth, they gave up the puck there behind their net and scored it right out to an open Virginia player. He was able to bury it in the net. But getting back to that first goal that Virginia scored, Levander was coming down, and the defense made a really nice poke check, kind of stepped up and made the poke check where Peterson was able to carry it in the zone. I still don't know who got that first goal. I know that they don't announce it for the JV games here, but it's going to be Koskela. He carried it behind the net. No, he's going to lose it. He's back to the Virginia deep. Nice tip by number 27 from Virginia. That's going to be Andrew Peterson off a shot from number 28, Justin Lind. That's textbook tipping right there. So we're going to chase after. It's going to be Moats. He's going to pass it wide. Johnson's going to take chase for Eveleth. It's going to be picked up by number 28, Lind for Virginia. He loses it back. Puck's just going to be dumped in the zone by number 14, and that's going to be some varsity players playing here, I see. Number 14, Sepala. Puck's going to be up. Moats is going to get it. He breaks across. He's got Levander in the middle open. It's going to be put. He gets the shot on net. It just misses wide. Koskela is going to get it. Gets a shot wide of the net, far boards. Moats is going to pick it back up again. It's going to be picked up by Moats. He gets the shot on net. Dumped in the corner. Picked up by Virginia's number 4 as he gets a wide man pass over to Rod Bush. He passes it over to number 16. That's going to be Logan Johnson. Dumps it in the zone. Be back to the defense there. Virginia gets the shot. It's tipped, intercepted. Couldn't get a shot off. Was number 16. Logan Johnson for that is back out. They're just going to dump it back in. Check up offside. Virginia's going to chase after it. Eveleth's just going to ice the puck, get a change here. You know, both benches are equally. The numbers look the same out there. You know, and you know the other day I know that a couple times this year Eveleth's only had 3 extra guys on the bench, and against War Road, Virginia only had 4 guys on their bench for the JV game. Yeah, they only got 4 tonight too.
Yeah, we saw that for Eveleth-Gilbert and International Falls as well. You know, they both had equal numbers on their benches. So, you know, a lot of these teams on the Iron Range, they're kind of hurting on numbers. You know, they still have decent numbers on the varsity team, but, you know, for the junior varsity teams, a little down this year here in 2021.
Johnson comes in. Oh, Johnson shoots it over the net. Puck's back in the corner. It's going to be thrown around the far side. It's going to be picked up by number 41. That's going to be Drew Nelson. Drew Nelson's going to walk in. He's trying to get a shot. He gets the shot off. It's deflected out of net. Oh, no, deflected, and I thought it went out of the rink. It didn't. It's picked back up. Nelson's just going to dump it in behind the net. Johnson's going to pick it up back there. He's looking for somebody out front. It's coming along the board. It's going to be it's going to just miss the pass. It's going to be icing on Virginia. Just missed the pass for trying to get Peterson breaking on that one. But, you know, both these, I've done a lot of the Eveleth games this year. This is only my 3rd time I've seen Virginia play this year. Virginia, I noticed that they play a lot of position hockey. Eveleth, they're kind of a run and gun. It seems like a little more. They like to pinch their defense a little bit. The defense are real talented. They can take it and go with the puck. So we'll get back here. It's in the close corner here. Virginia's going to carry it out of the zone. It's going to be head-manned. It's going to be intercepted. We're going to have a short break here. He drops the pass off back to, just tipped over the top of the net by number 14. That's going to be Sepala. It's going to be picked up, brought out of the corner. Deller's going to hand it to Levander. Levander's going to try to make a move. He gets intercepted by Ethan Avakainen. It's going to be brought back in. But Logan Johnson gets a shot on net, and Jacobson's going to make the save, and the faceoff's going to come to the left of Jacobson. No, it's going to come to the right of Jacobson. Shots on net right now, 10-6 in favor of the Blue Devils. Well, you know, this is another big, huge night tonight, Blake, just for many different reasons. You know, the IRC, this is a big night for hockey right now.
Well, for Section 7A, too.
Yeah.
You know, both aspects. Golden Bears, Jeff Terrell's looking for his first Iron Range Conference title since he's been head coach. This is his 10th year as the Golden Bears head coach.
Really?
So
that's big.
He's really dying to get that title. And, Virginia's right behind them. The last couple of years, Greenway has won the IRC title. They still might be in it, but it's looking like it might be a 2 or 3 team race between Eveleth-Gilbert and Virginia, and possibly maybe Hibbing or Greenway. They're both at 9 points in the IRC. But, yeah, it's a huge game. There's 3 things. It's a rivalry game. It's a big game for Section 7A, and it's also a big game for the IRC. And we're thinking they're not going to combine next year, Eveleth-Gilbert and Virginia, to make Rock Ridge. So this would not be the last game between these 2 rivals. But either way, there's, like we just said, there's many different reasons why this game is huge here tonight at the Hippodrome.
It really is. There's a lot of big games, which we'll cover that later on tonight. There's a lot of big games going on all over the state.
Lots of big games in Minnesota.
Some really key matchups, Section 8A and AA games going on this evening. And a section, Maple Grove, I do believe they're in 5, Section 5. They play Andover tonight. Andover is in Section 7 AA. And so that's going to be another big one because, that's going to be huge, especially with going home ice through playoffs this year. Does Grand Rapids get a championship game, or is Andover going to get a championship game?
Well, yeah.
If they get to that point.
Yeah, for that Grand Rapids shot there. For that Grand Rapids Hermantown game, they're in different classes and different sections, but it's still a big game for not so much Hermantown. They still want to stay undefeated. They're undefeated on the season, but it's kind of a rivalry matchup, a little bit between Hermantown and Grand Rapids. But Grand Rapids really wants to get that number 1 seed in 7AA. And I think they got to win this game here tonight. They could still maybe get it if they lose tonight to Hermantown, but their odds are going to go down dramatically if they lose the game here tonight.
I think they have to win this game, and I mean
you're probably right about that, Eric.
I really do. And we'll get back. We'll talk about that in a bit here. But it's going to be picked up by Nelson behind the net. It's going to be picked up by Nemi. Nemi's going to throw it up. It misses all his guys. It's going to go back in. It's going to be picked up by Nelson's going to carry it across. It's going to be dumped in by Delich. Delich's going to intercepted by a Blue Devil. It's going to be chased back in the zone by Nemi. Nemi's going to pick it up going behind his own net. Rings it around. It's going to come up to Moats. Moats just deflects it. Picked up by deflected back out. Nemi's going to get it. He's going to carry it across the red line. He's looking for someone to throw it to. Puck's picked up, intercepted by Virginia. They're going to carry it across. They're going to just dump it in. It's going to be a shot on net. He's going to get Jacobson's going to take the save. But one thing is with that, I'm not taking a look at last year, Elk River, how they ended up upsetting Grand Rapids in Duluth in that semifinal game. So anything's possible. I say it again, and I'll say it 1,000 times. One hot goalie, one emerging player, 75 saves, a 2-1 win by the underdog. It's going to be picked up back to the point, but Virginia picks it up. There, it's going to be picked up by Nick Kyander. Kyander's going to bring it in. He's going to dig for it. He's chasing after the puck. It's going to be up over there picked up back in front. It's going to be a shot. Oh, just misses the net, taken by Eveleth's number 17, Hunter Chanette. Now it's picked up. It's going to be back over. Shot. Oh, it's deflected. Another shot. Picked up with a rebound off a block shot. Grant Hooter, he's going to get a shot on net. Got a little bit of action going on here, getting some shots. Nobody's really kind of missing the net. So I always go back to my tiny net practice. I believe in that.
Yeah, Eveleth had a good opportunity down here just a few seconds ago. They missed it just to the left. So that was a good opportunity for the Golden Bears. But you're right about that, Eric. We've seen that a lot. Lots of missed shots this season. Shots getting deflected off a stick or a player is one thing, but there's been a lot of just shots that go way over the net, not just a couple inches above the crossbar, like, a couple feet over the net.
Yeah, there's a shot by Chase Peterson from the face-off circle on the left-hand side of Jacobson. Jacobson saves it, so there's going to be a face-off to Jacobson's left now.
But yeah, even for high school hockey, it's okay to go back to the mini mite and bite days and use those small nets to keep the puck down and hit the net. You're completely right about that, Eric.
I believe it. I really do.
No, that'd be a great drill, I think.
Like I said, they can't leave. You can't leave until you hit that net 10 times in a row.
Yep.
A shot on to the shot taken, and Jacobson with the save. The shot was taken by Andrew Peterson. We got 4:55 left of this first period. Shots are 15-7 in favor of the Blue Devils. Scores 2-1 in favor of the Blue Devils. Face-off's going to come just to the left of Jacobson.
We'd like to thank the Rig Sports Grill, Iron Range Apparel, Minnesota Twist Drill, G&B Environmental, Anthony's Heating, AC and Refrigeration, Winnie Trading Post, Cam Auto Spa, and 90 Degree Media for their sponsorship of Up North Hockey.
There's a shot taken from the point by Virginia. That's going to be Ethan Evakainen. He takes it, just missed. Ooh, that was dumped back in, almost tipped on his own. It was tipped on his own goal there. Puck goes out of play. That was a weird tip.
Yeah, you really got to be careful here at the Hippodrome, especially, even where we're at, you got to be paying attention. A puck could easily come flying up towards us, maybe hit our camera or something. So we got to pay attention here, Any rink you're in, but, especially I was just at the Duluth Heritage Center on Tuesday. You're right by the ice there in that rink. And, yeah, you got to, the glass is kind of low there, too, so you really got to pay attention there, too.
Yeah, I've never been to that rink yet. And
really?
What I see on TV, it looks like it could be danger zone. There's a shot taken, like we talked about. Number 27 takes that. That's Andrew Peterson over the top of the Golden Bear net. Picked up back by the Golden Bears. Number 27 is going to pick it up behind his own net. That's Dylan Nemi. Nemi's going to bring it out. He dumps out to it's picked up by Motes. Motes is going to throw it over. Cooper Levander was chasing after it. He's going to go behind the net. Delich is going to take chase after it. Puck's picked up to number 14 is fighting for it right now. It's going to be tipped over. It's probably going to be no icing on the play. Nemi's going to pick it up behind his own net. He's going to look to pass. He's going to be tagged after it there. Grant Hooters chasing after it. Shot taken from number 26. That's going to be Ethan Evakainen from the point. Deflected into the corner. Picked back up by Virginia's fighting backward. Back to the point again. The point's going to be back to number 14 for Virginia. That's going to be Raleigh Sepala. Picked up by Delich behind his own net of Eveleth. He's going to carry it around. He's going to stick with it. Nelson's going to pick it up for Eveleth. He's going to try to carry it out of the zone. He sidesteps a check. It's going to be thrown back across the net. Nemi's going to pick it up for Eveleth. He's going to takes a funny bounce off the boards, deflected out of the zone, picked up by Virginia. Virginia dumps it back into their own zone. It's going to be back. It's going to be picked up by number 26, Ethan Evakainen. He's going to just throw it down. It's going to be taken into Chase Peterson's going to carry it in. Chase Peterson gets a shot, scores a goal. Looks like he beat Jacobson right between the legs there, scored through the 5-hole. Jacobson was down. That puts Virginia up 3-1, shot 17-7, 2:54 left in this period. Virginia's kind of getting the better scoring opportunities. A lot of pucks coming in, the 2-on-1s, 1-on-1s, getting the shots. Rebounds are coming right to them.
Yeah, they lead in shots 17-7. I would definitely say they've had a lot more better scoring opportunities than Eveleth-Gilbert. Point-blank shots in the slots, so really explosive start for Virginia here. Of course, the Golden Bears scored first to make it 1-0. Now it's been 3 unanswered goals for Virginia to make it 3-1, about 2:28 remaining in the first period.
Yeah, Virginia's playing really well. Now here it's going to be brought in by Johnson's going to carry it and try to cut to the inside. It's going to be intercepted, picked back up by Virginia, go for a long man pass. It's going to be brought back in back into Virginia zone. It's going to be thrown over to. No, there's a long pass. It's going to be intercepted by Koskela. Just dumps it in the zone for Eveleth. Along the half boards. Tried to get a check on him there. Virginia player just kind of walked right through the check. He's going to continue to carry the puck in the zone.
That went in.
That was in. But nobody's seen it. That was in the net.
It was right. Yeah, the referee was still kind of skating in there, but I believe that was in the net.
It was in. I seen it hit the net.
We have a really good angle here, because the goalie was on the other side of the rink or the other side of the net, so we had a really good view of it, and that was upper right corner.
Yeah, it was.
It was in.
Yep. And you know what? The referee should have known if it's going to bounce straight down like that, it's not going to hit the pipe. I mean, if it's a pipe, you can hear it tink, but that comes straight down and landed right on the goal line and came out of the net.
There is no sound on that shot either.
No, so, you know, they should have realized that. I see it's the same referee. We've had the linesman here that's dropping the puck now. He's been here for every Eveleth JV game this year.
Yeah, that's Jason Strukel. Actually, he was when Reed Larson was at Virginia, head coach at Virginia High School. He was one of the assistants for a while for Reed there. So,
sure.
Yeah, he does a lot of reffing too.
Carried in by Virginia into the zone. Going to be thrown behind the net. Mott's going to chase after it. It's going to go back out into the zone, picked up by number 14 for Virginia in his own zone. That's going to be Seppala. Seppala's going to carry it out. It's going to be caught up in the far boards in the corner. Nelson's going to get a shot, gets intercepted. Looking for the high man. There's a pass coming across the blue line. It's going to be Hooter comes in, takes the shot, thrown to the corner, picked up by Drew Nelson. Drew Nelson's going to bring the puck out. Hooter's going to pick up the puck. It's just going to be thrown in the corner. Niemi's going to pick it up. He's got it in the back corner. He's looking for someone to pass to. He's headmans it up. It's going to be intercepted by Virginia at the blue line. That's going to be Seppala's just going to throw it back in again. The shot on net, saved by Jacobson. Puck's just going to be rung around the far boards by defenseman Ethan Avakainen. It's going to be picked up, come across the middle. It's going to be 14 Seppala. Seppala's got it behind the net. He's looking for someone out front. The puck just misses him. It's going to be picked up by number 26. Ethan Avakainen just going to get it, throw it ahead. There's a little fight for it in the middle. Seppala's going to get it, throws it back to Avakainen, and that is going to be the end of the first period. Shots are going to be 20 to 10 in favor of the Virginia Blue Devils. 3-1 the score. Most of this play has probably been controlled by Virginia. The shots that Eveleth's got have been some good shots. Good goalie making some nice saves down there for the goalie. The goalies, I probably should have said that earlier. I think that it's that Alex Gubrad. Gubrad? Is that how you pronounce that name?
It's not number 40 in net. It's number 30.
Number 30's in. Yeah, number 30's was in net. Gubrad. Yeah.
Alex Gubrad.
He's made a couple nice point blank saves. It's kind of been the typical game now. Eveleth's going to add a few guys to the lineup right now. Looks to me like they're going to bring out the Graves brothers, Evan and Trevor Graves. They're going to come out and they're going to join the JV for this second period of play. They did that last game too. So.
Yeah, we'll take a quick break here for about a minute and come back for the second period of play here in this junior varsity matchup.
We're back here at the Hippodrome for the start of the second period. It's controlled by Virginia. They're going to bring it across the red line. It's picked up by Johnson. Johnson's going to bring it in the zone. He makes a move. He's got it in the slot area. He's looking for someone to backhand it to. They miss it up. Virginia's going to bring it out of the zone. It's going to be carried out of the zone. We're going to add a couple new players, it looks like. We're going to be brought across by shot was taken by number 21. That's going to be Landon Richter. Just shoots it wide. Sepala shoots it. It goes wide. The puck is brought back in. It's going to be chased in by Dawson Rodenberg. It's going to be an ice and just missed the stick. That was a nice hit. You don't see many of them, but that was a good. The last start of the hip check is gone. You don't see that at all anymore. He didn't get him really good. He just kind of pinched him off in the boards. Face-off's just going to be to the right of number 30. The goalie is going to be Eveleth-Gilbert. Puck's kind of battled for. It's going to be picked back up, dumped back in by Virginia. It's going to be a shot. Graves gets a shot. It's going to be Trevor Graves taking the shot for Eveleth. It's going to be nice for Eveleth to get a couple more legs out there. They need it right now. They need some guys out there. So face-off's going to come back to the right-hand side of Gubrad. 14:06 left in this second period. 21-11 shots in favor of the Blue Devils. Drew Nelson just going to dump it back in the zone. It's going to be dumped in the far boards over there. And he picked up by Hooter. Hooter's just going to throw it ahead. It's going to be brought in, and number 27 drops it for number 22. 22 takes a shot. It's going to be a save by Jacobson. That's the kind of shots we've been getting, though, most of the games. Shots up high, goalie saving them. We talk about how many shots would actually hit the net, actually. That was going over the net, and the goalie just saved it. Gets a little breather. Nothing wrong with those.
It's so weird being in this rink here tonight, and it's a junior varsity game right now, but it's so weird seeing Eveleth and Virginia playing right now with not many fans here. Like I said, it's a JV game right now, but usually, once you get to the second period, halfway through the second period in the junior varsity matchup, it starts filling up in here pretty nicely. So, I'm from Eveleth. I grew up watching this rivalry so many times, and it's just going to be sad to see not a very big crowd here tonight because, like I mentioned last year, it was packed in here. The fire marshal was probably pulling out his hair.
Yes, they do.
It was that packed. We don't see it a lot here on the Iron Range anymore, but, it's always been very, very good crowds for this game. But, yeah, last year with the unveiling of the new school colors, Rockridge Wolverines and stuff, it was looked like it was the Iron Range in the 70s, 80s, and 90s last year for this game.
I bet. I'm from Grand Rapids, and I remember Grand Rapids Greenway games where either rink, it didn't matter where it was at, you couldn't find a place to sit. And then when they quit playing each other for a while, you sure did miss that, seeing that full, and so now it's been kind of nice. And
I got to experience that game for the first time last season at the Snake Pit in Coleraine. Yeah, that was awesome. I was kind of looking at some past games. A couple of years ago, they played at the IRA. I think it was back in 2018. It was at the IRA, and it was really packed there for that game.
And I believe that's the year that Greenway beat Grand Rapids to start the season out. 4-2, 4-1, something like that. Greenway won that game.
Yeah, I think so because, obviously Grand Rapids lost a lot of players from the 2017 team, and Greenway was at one of their peak years back in 2018. So
yes, they were.
But, still, they don't play each other this year again now. But, yeah, the last couple of years they've been really fun games, and same with these Virginia Eveleth games.
Yeah, I can see that. I was thinking about that today. This is my first time, and I know that it's a less than a 5-mile rivalry. There's a few of these rivalries in the state, and maybe this is kind of one that's kind of the unforgotten. People in the area know it. Both places, you said last year was packed. I expect to see a lot of people tune in to watch it, watch this game, pay attention to it tonight. So I appreciate everybody who's going to tune in and watch this game, the ones that are here.
It's amazing to think that these two schools are going to combine in 2 years. It's a great opportunity for kids here in this area, though, I think, with the new school coming up. These kids deserve a nice facility like the Rockridge High School is going to be.
Yeah.
It's going to be exciting to see once they complete this stuff. The brand new arena in Virginia, that's going to be finished next season. So lots of excitement here on the east end of the Iron Range.
I can't imagine Greenway and Grand Rapids joining me having to walk into the high school back in the day, in the middle of the two, between the two towns, and I have to go to school with, some of my rivalries. But you know what? That's what happens. Now you change it and you become teammates and friends.
Well, it might, it could happen one day with Grand Rapids and Greenway. You never know.
Sure it could.
Yeah, for sure.
It's probably sooner than later.
And, it's been happening for years, with these teams. We used to have Chisholm. We used to have Masabi East. We used to have Babbitt. We had Mountain Iron. It's been happening for years now. And now the next two are Eveleth and Virginia combining.
Did Mountain Iron have a high school hockey team, though?
Yes.
I don't remember that myself.
I think so, yep.
Okay, we'll get back to some hockey here. It's going to be brought in by Moats. He's bringing it in. He goes to the far corner. He tries to center it back out. It's going to be picked up by Brogan Vest. He's just going to dump it back in. They got a delayed offsides coming. I think there's a few tired legs out there at the moment. Now it's going to be picked back up. Koskela is going to pick it. He's just going to dump it. It's going to be down too far for Nemi. It's going to be icing.
Another team, I forgot. I always forget about Gilbert's. Gilbert had their own team, too.
Yeah, you know what? Here's what I remember. Back in the 70s, when I was just a kid growing up watching Grand Rapids hockey, I remember Babbitt coming to town. I remember Gilbert coming to town. Ely coming to town. All these schools coming to town. Now, the older I got, I'm like, I drive through these towns. I'm like, they had a high school team?
Yep.
It was so weird. Now I live up here, and, not many people realize that I know a lot of these towns had hockey and the history of them. And, there's 1980 Olympian had a guy who was born in Babbitt,
Buzzy Schneider.
Yep. A lot of people don't know that. And, so there's a lot of hockey tradition up here, and that's one thing that I like to bring to the doing my announcing is I do know a lot of history of hockey.
Yeah, and Babbitt does have a very nice rink, by the way. They actually played a high school game there a couple weeks ago. It was Ely and Bagley Foston. First high school hockey game at the Babbitt rink for 30 years.
Wow.
So I've played there once before, and they only have 2 locker rooms, I think, but it's a nice rink. It's a nice classic Iron Range rink.
There's a shot by Virginia Jacobson, the save. Yeah, that's one thing, Blake, that you say that, hockey season's over, it kind of gets sad, and, and I get it. I get it. My passion for the sport, I love this game. I really love this game. That's why anytime I get to watch a whole hockey movie, I love watching hockey movies. I can't wait to the Way of the Warriors until that shows up.
Also, Hockeyland, the Hockeyland movie.
Yeah.
That's we were doing Eveleth games all last season as well, and they had a camera crew here, filming during every Eveleth home game, and also they did Eveleth and Hermantown, and just a full-out documentary.
It's a documentary, isn't it?
Yep, and that should be coming out, this spring, this summer, I would think. So I'm very excited for that. You may see Randy and I here and there. They're filming us when we're doing our player of the game interviews and when we were broadcasting the game. But,
excellent.
Yeah, it's going to be very cool to see that. It's not just like a documentary at the rink. They follow them around everywhere, at home, when they went hunting and fishing. So that's going to be very cool to see as well.
Yeah, it is. It's brought in by Eveleth. Graves going to break it. He drops it off. It's going to be dumped out of the zone. And Vest is going to pick it up. It's going to be picked up. Motts comes in, gets it. The shot was deflected, never made it to the net.
Yeah, I want to say one of the people that was putting on that movie or filming that documentary, the Hockeyland documentary, I think one of them went deer hunting with Nick Badette.
Really?
They filmed some of that. That's, stuff like that's a part of the documentary, so it's going to be very cool to see.
That was a nice play. Really, really, really nice play by Sepala. Sepala brought it in, and he just missed the net, shot it wide of the net. Brought in by Graves. Graves going to carry it across. He's going to get the shot right in the midsection. The goalie saved. And Alex Gabrad with the save. And folks, I'm sorry if I mangle some of these names. I'll get used to them eventually. Do enough of these guys' games. In years past, I'd go down and get pronunciations from the referees, but I was kind of rushed today. So how much is the whistle? Does it get hindered by the mask? Does it sound as loud?
Well, the couple of masks I've tried for when I ref didn't work at all. I had to pull it down every time.
He just had to do that. That's why I asked that question.
Yeah, you got to get the right one. You got to get one that's thinner, obviously, has more
breathable,
more air coming out, obviously blowing a whistle.
Yep.
But, yeah, I've tried a couple masks and didn't work, so I had to just pull it down, which I got used to eventually. It wasn't a big deal. But sure. I remember my first game, there's an offside. I tried blowing my whistle through the mask, and nothing happened. And actually, a team went down and scored before I even blew the whistle.
Oh, no.
Which, it was an obvious offside, though. But that was kind of funny.
Yeah, yeah. I wondered about that because I've watched him a couple times. He's had to pull it down to be able to do that. So we brought in Virginia, step over to the front, stone out front for number 20. Landon Richter gets the puck. He just deflected it. Picked back up by, that's going to be number 16. That's going to be Logan Johnson comes in with a nice shot. One thing this is weird because, Blake, this time last year, we were getting ready to state tournament hockey. In this area, the nice weather starting to come.
I think if it wasn't a COVID season or if we didn't have COVID going on, I think the Class AA quarterfinals would have been starting today.
Yes. And that's one thing Cale Finsteth said before the game. We were talking to him. He says he likes this. Here's the season to be over, and there's going to be – season will be over, and there's going to be time for golf season, fishing season.
Yeah, it kind of feels like end of March right now. It's only the beginning of March with the snow melting and the warm weather, the 40, 50-degree weather. But I agree with him, though. That's where my springtime blues come in. After the state tournament, I get kind of down, and I'm kind of sad that hockey season's over, and then you can't really do anything else because, outside it's just a mess with the snow melting and the warm weather. But, yeah, if you end beginning of April, then, it's going to be time for fishing season and golf season, like you said.
Yeah.
And the summer weather right around the corner.
Well, this is going to be the first summer I'm going to experience with not working this summer, taking the summer to do nothing, enjoy my time. Going to start it off in April with a trip to Florida. Can't wait for that.
And, yeah, actually in April I'm going down to Dallas, Texas. My brother's playing in a national tournament down there with the Minnesota Blue Ox, so that'll be my vacation at the end of April, so I'm looking forward to that as well.
And that's funny you said that because I just found out that might be able to go over and see a South Carolina Stingrays play where Hunter Shepard's playing. I've been in contact with him, and there might be a possibility of me going and seeing a game if they're playing down there.
And that's the ECHL, right?
Yes. And it's a 5-hour drive from Daytona, so wouldn't be bad at all.
Yeah, not bad at all.
I've never watched, I shouldn't say, I have been to some hockey games in Dallas, Texas. I've seen a high school hockey game in Dallas, Texas, which really blew me away, and seeing the Dallas Stars play there. The Jamie Langenbrenner days.
Is there a chance, what year was that? Well, that was probably, early 90s.
98.
Oh, 98. Well, Derek Plant was on that team as well.
Somewhere in that area, yeah, 98.
Is that right? I think Derek Plant was, the two Cloquet boys.
Yes.
Jamie Langenbrunner and Derek Plant were on the same team with Dallas in 98, winning the Stanley Cup too. Imagine that, Let's say, someone from Virginia was on the Capitals when Matt Niskanen won it. That'd be amazing. Yeah. And, that's really amazing.
And at that particular time, I don't think Plant had been called up yet because it was so early in the season.
Okay.
I think he came later on. But the crazy thing was I had met Jamie Langenbrenner in Cloquet and talked to him a couple times. I was walking through the Galleria Mall in Dallas, and I seen Jari Lehtinen and Langenbrenner walking down the hallway. And I started talking to him, and he remembered me from being in the press box up in Cloquet. So that was a long time. He was already gone. He was playing with the same I forget who it was. But, I love hockey, Blake. It can be done anywhere.
Well, I like these stories,
Oh, yeah.
You could I could talk, I haven't been around too long, but, with someone like you or anyone that's been seeing hockey, Randy, he's seen a lot of hockey. It's just fun to talk hockey, hockey stories from.
Got a break here, shot, nice save by Jacobson for Eveleth. No, the thing is, the other day, one of the nicest conversations I've had talking hockey in a long, long time was right here in this arena, beginning of the year. I had a nice conversation with Pat Andrews, the coach of the Hermantown Hawks, and a pleasant guy to talk to. And the one thing that really blew me away is when he looked and he says, I could sit and talk for hours just hockey. I get it, because I can too. It's out front. It's going to be Nemi. Nemi's going to get a shot. It's tipped away. The puck was brought in by Evan Graves. Evan was left it behind. Now it's Trevor. He's going to dump it in the corner. 17. He's going to pick it up for Eveleth. That's Hunter Chanette. Chanette's going to pick it back up. It's going to be brought out. It's going to be picked up by Rodenbush.
I always wish I could go back in time and see the high school hockey here on the Iron Range back in the 70s, even all the way back to the 40s when Eveleth was, really good. You see those banners here, they won the first championship in 1945. And I was talking to you about this. The 1946 state tournament is actually on YouTube, and there's footage of it at the St. Paul Auditorium.
And Eveleth lost that championship game.
I think they lost in the semifinals, actually.
I knew they'd lost.
Yep.
And then they won the next year.
I think Roseau might have won it. They were in the championship. They played, I think it was a Rochester team.
Yep, John Marshall probably back in the day that's who it would have been. But also, the thing that blew me away was in 1945, Eveleth won the first state tournament in the state in Minneapolis, probably St. Paul at the time.
Yep.
Beating Thief River Falls, a northern team. So, that really kind of blew me away. And I just think that for years and years and years, when I was younger, and I don't know how much I could do it now, but I used to read back my brochures I got at the state tournament when I was a young kid. I could actually go back. I could tell you every single team that played, forever, in the state tournament, who won the games, who had been there. For years and years and years, it was Roseau led everybody, with appearances and titles. And then National Falls, they led for years and years. But, one thing that really blew me away, talking to John Ammerman the other day, and I was not aware, because time just gets away from you, that Moorhead has been in 8 state championship games and lost every one of them. That blew me away.
And he said he's been a part of 3 of those championships, twice as a player and once as a head coach back in 2017.
Yep, no, that's crazy. That really is. So. All right, your face-off's just going to come to the left-hand side of Jacobson.
Yeah, a big thank you to JoJo and Brad Scott for sponsoring a couple games here to end the season. They've been sponsoring the Eveleth and Virginia games. They're a sponsor for tonight's game as well, obviously. And that is Cam Auto Spa at 601 Minnesota Avenue. Or I believe that might be their home address actually on the check here. Cam Auto Spa is located at 201 East Dakota Avenue in Gilbert. They just bought that car wash there in January, so make sure to check them out.
So don't show up at that first address Blake said to get your car washed, because I don't think they'll be up for it.
I think that's their home address on the check here. So,
no, yeah, definitely. Thanks to all of our sponsors for doing this. And one of them is Jameson Geisler, 90 Degree Media. He built our website for us. It's going to get better every day. We're going to keep adding stuff to it. It's going to keep better. So check in with it. It's upnorthhockey.com and see what you think of it and let us know. I want to get a comment section put on there so people can send comments to our website eventually.
Well, we do have a thing set up if you want to send us a message through our email, which is nice. And we also have a donation link if you're looking to send a donation. There's a PayPal link. I'll let you make this call.
By Rodenbush brings it in. He shoots. He scores. That was a very, very nice pass. a breakout pass. The pass was made by Ethan Evakainen from about the face-off circle, coming out of the zone. He made it all the way through the center ice, was picked up by Dawson Rodenbush, and Rodenbush, a ninth grader, brings the puck in and beats Jacobson right over the gloves. Puts the score of 4-1. 48 seconds left in the second period. Shots are 39-19 in favor of the Blue Devils.
Yeah, that was a beautiful shot by Dawson Rodenbush. He caught the pass at the blue line there, had a breakaway. Beautiful shot, upper shelf. Nice play there by the Blue Devils. 4-1. 30 seconds remaining in period 2. Shots on goal, 39-19 in favor of Virginia.
Yeah, and it's the same thing as, I think the Eveleth players, even though both benches are short right now, I just think that the Virginia just seemed like they got some faster skaters. Kept them back on their heels a little bit. Both goalies have made some nice saves. Virginia's going to get one last shot here, shot in the midsection as the buzzer goes off. Shot's going to end up 40-19 after 2 periods of play in favor of the Blue Devils. I think that Eveleth's going to have to go in, regroup, maybe get their legs back. I'll say it again here. The score is 4-1 in favor of the Virginia Blue Devils. Shots are 40-19 in favor of the Blue Devils right now. So Eveleth's going to go in the locker room, regroup, kind of get a second win, come back out, get some goals right away, get back in this game. That's what they need to do. Yeah,
and just finishing up my thought from the first period there. Talk about the donations. There's a link on our website, upnorthhockey.com, a PayPal link, then also through Venmo. If you look in the description below in this video, if you go to Venmo, upnorth-hockey, you can also send a donation there. Any and all donations would be greatly appreciated. So that's all I have for this for the first 2 periods. 4-1 Virginia. Shots on goal, 40-19. So I guess we'll step aside here, play our sponsor ads, and we'll be back for the final period of play coming up from the Hippodrome.
Sounds good, Blake.
Cam Auto Spa, located at 201 East Dakota Avenue in Gilbert, invites you to stop by and check out their touch-free automatic wash and self-serve bays. Cam Auto Spa, where you can expect fast, friendly, and reliable service. As of January, Cam Auto Spa is now locally owned and operated by Brad and JoJo Scott. Check it out today. The Rink Sports Grill in Eveleth offers casual family dining in a hockey-themed atmosphere. Try one of their daily specials or your favorites from the menu. The Rink Sports Grill offers 8 large-screen TVs and 2 10-foot projection screens, so you never have to miss a minute of the game. The Rink also offers large and small group seating with meeting areas available. Full menu, limited menu, or buffet, they can cater your event, party, or meeting. That's the Rink Sports Grill at 301 Hattrick Avenue in Eveleth. Check them out today. Stop by Iron Range Apparel for all your Minnesota-themed clothing and home decor. Located in the Thunderbird Mall in Virginia, Iron Range Apparel offers lake cabin and home decor along with a large variety of apparel. Grab a hockey hoodie for the rink or a winter hat for the cold Minnesota weather. Iron Range Apparel also offers wholesale pricing and custom screen printing. Find them on Facebook and Instagram or shop online at ironrange.shop, and good luck to all the players. Minnesota Twist Drill is a proud sponsor of Up North Hockey and wish best of luck to all players on the season ahead and to have fun. For all your heating, air conditioning, and refrigeration needs in the Grand Rapids area, call Tony from Anthony's Heating, Air Conditioning, and Refrigeration at 218-256-1092 or find them on Facebook at Anthony's Heating, AC, and Refrigeration, LLC. G&B Environmental specializes in proactive air and water filtration services, HVAC coil protection, cottonwood screen insulation for cooling units, UV light air purification systems, and electrostatic disinfectant spraying for COVID-19 and other contagions. Give them a call at 1-800-466-2018 or visit gbenvironmental.com. Winnie Trading Post is your one-stop shop on the way to the lake. Located 12 miles north of Deer River on Highway 46 by Lake Winnebagosh, Winnie Trading Post offers gas, food, bait, propane, and everything in between. Find them on Facebook by searching Winnie Trading Post or stop by on your next trip to the lake. All right, welcome back to the Eveleth Hippodrome. We're just about ready for the final period of play. Once again, 4-1 in favor of Virginia over Eveleth-Gilbert in this junior varsity matchup. Shots on goal, 40-19, also in favor of the Blue Devils. So, Eric, your thoughts on the first two periods?
You know what? The way Eveleth came out playing, I thought we were going to see a different Eveleth team than we've seen. They've come out, they start strong, and then every game, and it just seems like the other team gets that jump back. They get back in it. Same thing tonight. Eveleth come out. They looked really good, got the goal, and then Virginia came back and has gotten 4 unanswered goals. I know that one of the goals was given to number 14 for Eveleth, was Jared Delich scoring the goal with Cooper Levander getting the goal on there. That was the first goal of the game. And then we didn't get the second goal, but one of the goals that was scored was Dawson Rodenbush at the end of that period. Rudebush. Made an excellent play. The way the pass came up from I believe the pass came up from Peterson. Chase Peterson made a long pass all the way from his own zone all the way up to the blue line. Very, very nice. That brings us here. I mean, Virginia, they've kind of dominated, both periods of play so far.
For sure. I mean, look at the shots. They lead in shots 2-1, 40-19, and 4-1 lead. It's kind of funny. Eveleth-Gilbert scored the first goal of the game about 3 minutes into the game or so, and Virginia came right back and tied it up at 1 apiece, and then scored they've scored 4 unanswered goals now, actually.
And they're going to call an interference penalty on Eveleth Golden Bears here. But the puck was long gone when that happened. So
I want to say this is the first penalty of the game.
It is the first penalty of the game. It is the first penalty.
It's weird.
And Eveleth did not need to take that penalty.
No.
In the first 12 seconds of the period. That's not what they needed to do. Being down as they are, they need to stay full strength. Need to get back. Need to go right away. Get back in this game. Get some momentum going. Can't let up at all. They got a couple extra guys on the bench. I see now.
Here tonight, and especially in northern Minnesota, there are so many big section games tonight for all teams. Grand Rapids, Hermantown, huge game for more so Grand Rapids than Hermantown. They want to get that number 1 seed in Section 7AA. Then you look at Roseau-Moorhead. That is a huge game. If Moorhead wins that game, they'll probably get the number 1 seed.
I can't imagine beating Roseau twice and not getting the number 1 seed.
I think they've won every other section game too. Close games against Brainerd, St. Cloud. They also played STMA. I think they got a 1-goal victory there. It's a lot of big games in East Grand Forks World. That's a big game. Jay Hardwick talked about it. I mean, they lost the first time, and they want to come back and split the season series.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe Moorhead tied East Grand Forks this year. And so that's even a big game. When that one even happened, that had some play into the.
Who tied East Grand Forks?
Moorhead.
I know
it was 2-2.
I know they tied Warroad.
They actually had 3 ties on the season this year. So, but no, those are huge games, and here's a big test. Andover's got a huge test tonight against the number 1 seeded, undefeated Osseo Maple Grove. That's huge.
I mean, that's Grand Rapids isn't playing in that game, but that's a huge game for Grand Rapids. Actually, a huge game for Moorhead, obviously, or Andover, obviously, but. Yeah. That's a big game for Grand Rapids. Let's say Andover somehow gives Maple Grove their first loss of the season.
Oof.
They will get the number 1 seed, I believe.
I believe they will, too. I really do.
If they win that game. And, if Grand Rapids loses to Hermantown tonight, Andover might get the number 1 seed there, too.
I said it earlier in the year. A lot of these teams, they've had what they needed to control their own destiny, a lot of these teams. And now, honestly, Grand Rapids played the best period they have played all season long against Warroad, that third period. and then turned around and had a mediocre game against Duluth East. On their standards, that's hearing them talk about it.
Yeah, I was at that game. I'm gonna say. I mean, they didn't play. They didn't play that bad. I didn't think they won 3-1 only. They had a lot of opportunities to score. The goaltender Zimski made a lot of big saves, a lot of pipe shots, and they put a lot of shots up, almost 40 shots. But there were so many shots where they missed the net and fired it over the net. But
they got outshot in the first period, 10-8.
They did, yes.
And the one thing, reason I say a lot of this is because listening to Sheldon's interviews after the game, because that's who I listened to do the game, was he interviewed Braden Holcomb and Hunter Bischoff, and both of them said that they played flat. They couldn't get going. Passes weren't crisp. So they had the right attitude. What they needed to do was get back to practice yesterday and play hard. And
that game shows, though, Section 7 AA is not an easy section for Grand Rapids. They might be the favorites, but maybe they're not the favorites. I don't know. Maybe Andover's the favorite team there.
Well, and like I said a minute ago, Elk River last year come in as the underdog against Grand Rapids and beat Grand Rapids. They played really well against Grand Rapids. Another one, Grand Rapids was flat. They couldn't get going. And the same thing can happen to any team. I just feel that any of these teams, Cloquet could have a hot goalie one day. You just don't know what's going to happen. Now, is it likely? Probably not, but anything is possible. I don't count anything out until the game's over.
And that Elk River team, I think they were better than we thought last year. They had Zach Michaelis. I believe he's committed to Nebraska Omaha D1 College in the NCAA, so they were better than what we thought they were. But anything can happen in section playoffs, even though, I mean, especially in 2021, anything can happen.
Yep. I seen that there's nice save by the goalie Eveleth-Gilbert for Virginia with a shot coming from, I believe taking that shot was number 7, Sean Johnson. I seen today that a Chaska hockey player has committed to the University of Minnesota.
Jimmy Stungerud.
Yeah.
He's only a sophomore, and he's playing for the USA National Development Team. And, yeah, he was a freshman last year, very good player for that Chaska team. And now, yeah, like I said, as a sophomore, he's playing for the USA. That's a big commitment there. I've done a couple Chaska games, actually, for MN Hockey TV. I've been working for them a little bit, and they have a decent team, but they would have been a lot better if they didn't lose Snuggerud. Obviously, if you get an opportunity to play for Team USA up in Plymouth, Michigan, you're going to take that opportunity. But they're missing him. They're missing Max Burkholder. He's a junior on that team, and he opted to stay with his USHL team, the Dubuque Fighting Saints. So, two key players there that they lost, and, they're still a decent team.
Yep, and I'm assuming that Snuggerud is probably the son of the Snuggerud who played for the Gophers back in the day.
What's his name? The head coach, his dad's the head coach of Chaska. Can't think of his first name.
I know, I just read the article before I came here. Just read the article. But no, that's, and not often do you get sophomore commits. Because you just never know what's going to happen. Times change, people change. How many times have we seen, emerging sophomores between their sophomore and junior year? That's when they really develop. So, at this point, the only other guy that I could say that, one of the best sophomores, I think, in the state of Minnesota by far is Zam Plant, just talent-wise.
Yes, actually, the sophomore group right now is actually a very strong group.
It is.
A lot of good players. Trying to think of some right now, but I know there's a lot of players. Once this group is at the senior level in high school, there's going to be a lot of good players up for that Mr. Hockey Award.
Oh, definitely. And you know what? There's been a couple players that were sophomores or, say, ninth graders they were dynamite hockey players, Bantam, Double A's, coming into their sophomore years for their high schools. And it's like they've hit that jinx coming into it, where they're just snake bit and things won't happen for them. It's too bad. But we'll get back to some of the game here. We got controlled by Eveleth in their own corner. Costco gets it up along the boards. It's going to be brought up to Trevor Graves. Trevor Graves going to ring it around to Nemi. Nemi just passes it out front. Now it's going to be picked up, and there's going to be a tripping penalty on Virginia. It's going to be Trevor Graves gets Sean Johnson out front of the net, and got a delayed penalty coming up. Goalie's to the net. He's going to get a whistle. We're going to get a power play in Eveleth Golden Bears. He was gone away to the races if he doesn't, and he didn't. He wasn't at the puck yet, or else that might have been a different situation. But he was gone.
Well, power play for Eveleth-Gilbert, their first power play of the game here. They still trail 4-1 to Virginia, and we have 8:45 remaining in period 3. Shots on goal update 42-20 in favor of the Blue Devils.
Yeah, this is big for them. If they want to get back in this game, they got to get something right now. And it's a scrum for it along the half boards over by the Virginia player box. It's knocked out of the zone. Good battle there. It was a 3-on-1 battle, and Dawson Rudebush, he's the one that gets it out. Rudebush is in the middle. Oh, had him wide open in the net, and the puck was chased in by Chase Peterson. Well, it's back to Nemi. Gets it. Nemi's going to headman the puck up to Johnson. Johnson's going to come in. It's 1-on-1 against Sepala. Sepala's going to just push him to the corner. Johnson's going to chase after. Puck's going to go into the corner. Nemi's going to chase after it. They're going to block it. Koskela gets past him. It's back to Nelson. Nelson's going to get the puck up to 17 is Hunter Chanette. Chanette's going to throw it towards the net. It's going to be picked up by Nemi. Nemi behind the net. Johnson's wide open in the net. Just missed. It's going to be back to Koskela. Koskela's going to get the shot on net. There's a shot, rebound. Nice save by the goalie Alex Grubat. It's picked up. It's going to be knocked out. Koskela's going to pick it up. Oh, it's going to come back out. It's going to turn into a 2-on-1, moving the puck forwards. Number 28 for Virginia. Shot right on net. Nice save by Jacobson. Number 28 taking that shot was Justin Lynn. Justin Lynn come in. Puck's going to be sent down. Johnson gets a shot. He's right in the middle of the net. Nice save. Nice save. 2 nice saves there by the Virginia goalie. Alex Gabrut. Is it Gabrut? Gabrot? I don't know why I keep mangling that. Gubrot. Yeah, he made the saves he's made. He's made some really nice saves. Maybe they weren't just powerful shots, but they made some nice saves. Shots back. Drew Nelson's going to take it. Evan Graves is going to keep it in the zone. And it's picked up by Moats. Nice pass between the legs there by Moats out front. They're trying to stuff it in. Saved by the Virginia goaltender. With 6:55 left in this period. Score is 4-1. Shots have kind of slowed down a little bit for Virginia. Eveleth kind of got back in this. They've got 7 shots this period, where Virginia's only got 3. Virginia's going to tank across the zone. It's going to be brought back across by Logan Johnson. Just shoots it in the net for the Blue Devils. It's going to be picked up. Blue Devils are going to be back at full strength now. Evan Graves is going to get it. He's going to skate it out. He's going to skate it up along the boards. He's got it to the red line. He tries to headman it up to Trevor Graves. Trevor Graves has it behind the net. He's digging for it. It's going to be picked up back and behind by Dawson Rudebush. Rudebush is going to headman it up to Logan Johnson. Logan Johnson just going to lose it off his stick. It's going to be brought back. Evan Graves is going to pick it up for Eveleth Golden Bears. Come back into his own zone. He's going to be on the half boards. It's going to be fought for by Virginia. Virginia's number 21 is going to pick it up. Landon Richter. They lose it back out. It's going to be back up to Johnson. Johnson's going to bring it in. He's got number 21 Landon Richter gets the shot. There's a shot. Nice save. Real nice save by Jacobson.
And that was a really nice play by the Blue Devils.
Really nice play by the
Devils.
Blue
A nice tip to the net, and then they had a rebound. Hats off to Jacobson there. Big save. Jacobson's been good all night here. He's faced 44 shots.
There's a pipe shot.
I thought that maybe hit his glove, but I believe it probably was off the pipe, but that was counted as a shot there. 45 shots for Jacobson here tonight. He's made 41 saves, so yeah, he's been very good. He's let up only, 4 goals out of 45 shots is very good. So he's made a lot of saves. You got to tip the cap to him.
Oh, yeah, he's played great hockey. A lot of these shots, I don't care what anybody says. You look at where the guy taking the shots. He's in the box, ice level. Can't see some of these good angles. They look like shots. They count them as shots. We'll count them as shots.
Well, yeah, we probably have the best view in the rink here for shots on goal, I would say.
For years and years and years, I've always tried to be really truistically, was that a shot that could have went in the net? That's a shot on net is one that would go in the net in my books.
And that's what it is. That's what shots on goals are. If the goalie gloves it off the net, that is not a shot on goal. It would have went to the boards. He could have let it go, and it wouldn't have went in the net. And, pipe shots, fits the pipe. That is not a shot on net. Most people probably didn't know that.
No, a pipe is not a save.
Nope.
It's the goalie's best friend, but it's not a save.
That's what you got to think of. If you think of shots, you think of a puck hitting the pipe as a shot, but you just got to think of it as saves. That's what shots are, saves.
Yes. And we've seen a lot of shots that we hit the shot tally board with just going over the net, top of the net. And that's brought in by Grant Hooter. Hooter gets a shot on net. Jacobs going to have another save. This went from 45 to 47 shots, 2 in a row. 47-27 in favor of the Virginia Blue Devils. Scores 4-1 in favor of Virginia. 4:42 left in this. I am kind of looking forward to this next game. I think you're going to see a different pace, a different atmosphere than we've seen from either one of these teams coming into this next game. I'm sure there's some people that live with each other, live by each other, talk to each other, know each other. It's going to be interesting.
And, of course, in the first game between Virginia and Eveleth-Gilbert, it was a 3-0 victory for the Blue Devils over the Golden Bears at the Brie Cupoletti Arena. In that game, the story was Ian Kangas. Virginia did outshoot them by about 10 or 12 shots, I believe, if I remember correctly, from that game. But Ian Kangas was the story of that game. He got the shutout. He made about 34 saves or somewhere in there, I want to say.
Yeah.
He played very good. And, this Eveleth team is different than from, I believe that game was played on January 23rd. This Golden Bears team is a lot different than from the beginning of the season.
I think they have. I think it took them a couple wins to get under their belt, playing good, learning to play with each other, as the season goes on. From our first game of watching them tie the Greenway Raiders early in the year to where they are now, I've seen the highs and lows with this Eveleth team. I've seen it where they dominated a game.
And they had COVID issues. They were shut down for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So, I don't think any of these other any of these other IRC teams got shut down due to COVID.
No.
I think it's only been Eveleth-Gilbert, so that had to be very tough. You couldn't practice. Another goal there for Virginia.
Had them going the opposite way. But that will put Virginia up 5-1. 3:25 left in the second period. Shots now are
third period,
excuse me. Shots are 50-27 in favor of the Virginia Mountain Iron Blue Devils. This kind of sums up Eveleth's JV season, how it's been, and it's a bummer. They play, and a lot of these kids, you're going to see a lot of these numbers and kids, they're going to come back out skating in this varsity game tonight.
Well, most do dress, if not all of them. For a while, every single JV player was dressing for the varsity game. But, most of these you probably, especially if, Eveleth gets a few goals and they have a lead, 2-0, 3-0 lead, you will see most of these players on the ice for the varsity game.
Yeah, definitely. And, I remember a few games back, Cooper Levander, he was our player of the game. He got his he had his first and second goals. And then another player we picked up had his first 3 assists, and it was his first game. So you never know what you're going to get. Virginia bring it back in. Shot over the top of the net. Picked up by Nemi on the far side. Costco is going to pick up behind his own net. He's back there fighting with Andrew Peterson for Virginia. And Peterson is going to be picked up by the 14 is going to be Sepala. Sepala got the shot, just ricochets over the top of the net. Virginia's keeping it in. Sean Johnson's going to pick the puck up, makes a move. He keeps it, going to lose it at the blue line. Brought back in. Virginia's just going to get it back out. 2:23 left in this game. Puck's intercepted by Sepala. Sepala's just looking to man it. He handbands it up to Johnson. Oh, there's a shot. Nice save by the goalie, deflected out of play. That was another nice shot by Grant Hooter. Comes in, let a nice shot go. You know, and that's one thing is 50 shots in a JV game is something you really don't see a lot of by any means. You know, and I guess, like I said, we'll go with what they say, but like I said, it's tough to see from that angle. Picked up. I thought they were going to go back the other way. I was trying to figure out who's going to have it. It's picked up by Nick Kyander is going to pick it up, and he's going to fight for it on the boards. It's going to be brought out of the zone by Trevor. Trevor Graves is going to bring it in. He's going to fight before it behind the net. It's going to be brought back out. Trevor Graves looking for someone. He's going to get it back to Nelson. Nelson's going to just throw it in the zone. It's going to be picked up by Graves again. Graves throws it on net, just thrown out front. It's going to be back in the corner. Virginia's just looking to get it out. They're looking to headman the puck. It's deflected by Rudabash. He's just going to push the puck over. It's going to come back out to the Virginia. It's going to be an offside by Justin Lynn. It's going to be brought all the way back around. They check up on it. It's going to be kept in by Landon Richter. Landon Richter's just throwing it back out. Now it's going to be picked up, come in by Johnson. Johnson's just going to take a shot. Going to pick back up. It's going to be an icing on the Virginia. 42. It's going to be an icing with 41 seconds left. It's going to come to the left of the goalie for Virginia. You know, it's probably, you know, a heartfelt game. I know Eveleth, they put their heart and soul out. Everyone I've watched these guys play, they just can't get the puck in the net.
Yeah, we only have 41 seconds remaining in period 3, 5-1 in favor of Virginia. And if it's JV, varsity, it doesn't matter. This game is, you in youth hockey, you look forward to the Virginia Eveleth game when you're a youth hockey player in the Eveleth-Gilbert and Virginia Association. So, yeah, you play for these games. It doesn't matter if it's varsity. Like I said, it doesn't matter if it's JV. Yeah, and this is the last time for these seniors. We have a couple seniors out here for the JV game. This is the last time they'll play in this game unless, well, for JV, obviously, once you get to playoffs, you don't play JV. So for some of these players, the seniors, this is their last Virginia Eveleth game.
Eveleth's going to get one more last run. Johnson's going to get a shot right on that. Shot saved right at the buzzer. Well, folks, that's going to do it for our JV game. Score's going to be 5-1 in favor of the Virginia Mountain Iron Blue Devils over the Eveleth Golden Bears. Saves in the game the shots were 51-29 in favor of the Golden Bears. You know, a game mostly dominated by the Virginia Mountain Iron Blue Devils. So we'll get ready for this next game. I'm kind of excited to watch. I think we're in for a really good hockey game here. I think there's going to be a lot of raised level of hockey going on tonight. I believe so. It means a lot for these kids in this game tonight.
Yeah, big varsity game coming up between Virginia Mountain Iron Buell and the Eveleth-Gilbert Golden Bears. We're looking forward to it. It's going to be a fun game here from the Eveleth Hippodrome. So watch out for that stream link probably in about 5 to 10 minutes. We have some coaches interviews with head coach Jeff Terrell of Eveleth and head coach Kil Finseth of Virginia. So watch out for those on our stream. Also, you know, a pregame show. So that'll be up. That stream will be up in about 5 to 10 minutes. So we'll see you later for that one. Virginia and Eveleth, the big rivalry game coming up on Up North Hockey.